Hey, Sir, sorry about that. Wow, that AI. So yeah, we've had Christoph around, and he has left to go to San Francisco. We filmed some stuff. We did Eternal Decks that came out today, and hey, Sir, sorry about that. Wow, that AI.
I wonder where that's coming in.
We've had Christoph around, and he has left to go to San Francisco. We filmed some stuff. We did Eternal Decks that came out today, and
wow, I'm hearing like multiple incidences of my chatter here. Wow. Too many tabs. Close some of these things. Wow, I'm hearing like multiple incidences of my... It's funny, closing all these doesn't really help me narrow it down. Too many tabs.
But I can absolutely hear myself. How bizarro. Anyway, so yeah, Christoph was here. We did the Eternal Decks. We had a great time. We also filmed some of the SDJ stuff.
It's funny, closing all these doesn't really help me.
Nikki's coming home. But I can absolutely hear myself. How bizarro. Anyway, so yeah, Christoph was here. We did the Eternal Decks. We had a great time. We also filmed some of the SDJ stuff. Okay. Yeah. So that was fun. We actually really enjoyed the Eternal Decks. It's coming soonish from Portland Game Collective. Some folks on the chat were hopeful that the pre-orders were coming soon, and you know we don't have anything to do with that. We don't usually coordinate. Occasionally we do. We did coordinate with a game that we absolutely adored at one point in time, and the publisher forgot that we were, I don't know, I don't know exactly what happened. Another outlet did it first, which is absolutely fine, and it
would have been nice to know when ours came out. Wow, where is this coming from? Must have another tab open.
And the publisher forgot that we were, I don't know, I don't know exactly what happened. Another outlet did
Oh,
it
there
first,
I'm
which
hearing
is
myself
absolutely
on
fine,
the
and
call.
It would have been nice to know when ours.
This is not fun.
Wow, where is this coming from?
So I call into like a tab on the computer that we are using to stream. So I'm in a different room. Hey Chad, how you doing? I was just having Chad Scott text you.
Yeah, too many things. Man, Nikki's.
Computer that we are using to stream. So I'm in a different room. Hey Chad, how you doing? I was just having Chad Scott text you.
Yeah, too many things. Scott was messaging me here. Let's see what he's telling me. He's going to tell me microphone. Anyway, so yeah, we missed out on just having that come out. That's one reason why you don't worry too much about getting stuff out in a kind of time, in order of time, so that, you know, help with publisher synchronization. We'd like to, but it's difficult. So we mostly buy the games that we do on the show. There are a few publishers that have that will often send us games. We got a package from a publisher today with 2 expansions for games that we don't even have, and some other stuff. I was just like, well, we don't have the game, and probably don't have the game in the version. A couple of them were like new versions of games, so that's a little challenging. Good gosh, my phone is just clicking a lot.
But I am not hearing the call. So let me see if I can find my Linux call. That's the software that we use. Nope, I hear myself. So, not correct in the setup. Too bad. Eternal Decks is super great. I think Doris and I played with Tim Metivier essentially 90% of the campaign. Wow.
We only did we did the first level, but at a higher difficulty, and that was cool. Scott was telling us the next level is really painful. We would love to play it some more. We did the first level, but at a higher. Hey, Russ, how you doing? You're hearing audio echo too. What is going on? We would love to play it some more. Why are we hearing this? Well, maybe I just get rid of the call. I do like hearing what's going on because, wow, that's very bizarro. That tab should not have any audio. I need to talk to Derek. I mean, we changed the way we do this recently, and wow, I don't know what to do. That tab should not have any audio. I kind of need to hear what's going on. I mean, we changed the way we do this recently. Let me message Derek. I'm sorry, guys. He can maybe jump on. Message Derek. Sorry, guys. He can maybe jump on. Ugh, too much. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could have him run it. It'd be kind of dull. It would be better for sure because I wouldn't forget to turn on the audio and stuff. That looks pretty good. I did work on the collar. I kind of feel like I need to do a little bit more dark. Up into the V's of the fur there. We'll look at that in a minute. Man, I am melting. I think I need to turn on the AC. Up into the V's of the fur there. Oh yeah, for Deborah's thing. This is, yeah, she was in the previous one, Ragnarok. And I mean, I think she's been working on it for 10 years. We knew she was in the other one, but she told us about the game a while back, and asked us please don't talk about it, which we didn't. But she's very excited about it. So I hope. I mean, she had a great time. She told us then how much fun working on it was, and how much the studios, the Santa Monica Studios, I think is the Sony studio that did that, and how much they worked with her on the character. So that was awesome. Truly awesome. And we'll see her soon, but truly awesome. Won't be very much. Much busier. Much busier. All of us are actually kind of busier now. Both Nikki and I are just, I mean, I don't yet. I'm going to have to go help my mom do some stuff here more regularly. But Nikki helps every Friday. And they really kind of need it. Last week was a little bit of a challenging week. I don't think we were, I think that was after, I don't know, it was just, it's just terrible. You know, the tough things is, as folks get older, the things they can't, that they want to do, that they can't do, and all that stuff. You see if Derek wrote me. I probably would get bumped. Well, you know, I'm on the call, let's see. Or the control. I'm there. I don't think he's on it. I would get bumped, I believe. But yeah, it's not great. I'll try one more time. I really don't. I like hearing the music and the stuff, so I know what's going on, but that things are working or not working.
a little challenging. I must be a really good painter. I'm pretty good, Chris.
How you doing? We have not had a regular stream for nearly a month. I'm thinking the last one we did was the Zombicide, which was really fun. It triggered us, so when we were at went to Dallas for BGG Con spring, we played a bunch of games in advance with Scott of titles that we'd never played, and we played Marvel Zombies, which was great. So it was really fun. We played Marvel Zombies twice because we played it with Scott, and then we played it with Nick and Mike Murphy and some other friends, including Daryl, who was there for his first convention, board game convention. So it was awesome. Wow, that is not really helping. Maybe I let it go. I'm trying to leave it a little bit light colored because these are kind of the raised edges of the whatever the heck this is. It looks like water. I am pretty certain it's not, but it looks cool. Whatever the heck this is. It looks like water. I am pretty certain it's not, but it looks cool. Oh, it was Chris that was talking about the Deborah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really excited for Deborah on that. She pretty cool. Spent a lot of time on it. I mean, it's not even out yet, right? It's a while. Who knows? It could be next year. I don't know. I don't know if they announced the time frame. It would be cool. I've never played any of those, but it might be fun. I've never played any of those. It would definitely be strange hearing Deborah talk to us in a game. Definitely be strange that way. That looks pretty good. It's helping. Woof. Eternal Dex is super great. I think Doris. Oh, okay, yeah, of the campaign. I'm sorry. Rereading something you sent me earlier, Chad. Rereading something you sent me earlier. Yeah. Chad. It was sad you didn't make it to BGG Spring. It was good though. We did play a lot of stuff. We played probably more than we played in a while. Usually spring is the good one. Number one, we always play the SDJ nominees, and we did all of that. But we also played beforehand, and we played a lot of evenings when we could. Because dinner, Tom Vassell recommended a long time ago to me. He's like, yeah, don't wait for anybody. Just tell them this is the time we're going, and if they're not there, leave. Because he says you just end up waiting all the time, and he is pretty much right. I'm not like that, though. I have a hard time leaving people behind, and we've left people behind accidentally, and that is just a bummer. One time, we had a full car, and Derek and his wife were going to come to dinner with us, and I was going to go back. And I think it's not where we were at was not that far, but they were like, no, we'll take the Uber over. But I don't like doing that. But we also fill the car. Like a couple of the dinners, we had 2 vehicles going over to some place. One of our favorite places in Dallas is the Velvet Taco, and they have one right there at the airport, not far. So, because the convention's at the Hyatt. Still very echoey, huh? I wonder why. I can't hear anything. Let me see. Maybe. Still very echoey, huh? I don't know what it is. I can't hear anything. Let me see. You can't hear a little bit of echo, Christopher? Well, let me get back on the call. I'm not even sure what would be going on here. Let me minimize this. Well, let me get back on the call. I'm not even sure what would be going on here. I wonder if it's something else. There is a mixer. Let me get to the mixer. Maybe that'll be it. Why is that not visible? Oh, because it's the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing.
I see inputs, outputs. It's the wrong thing. I see multiple outputs though. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, please be patient. I'm sorry. This is. I don't think Derek finished setting this up. He kind of got it done. I'm sorry. Oh well. Is it music or me? You're hearing? I mean, I was hearing me too. So, is there? Oh, you know what? I think it is. I know exactly what it is. Hooray! I'm a knucklehead. This will solve the problem probably. We have multiple instances of this rolling, so it should be better now. And hopefully that's not a problem. Now let me see if I can get on the call and maybe I won't hear everything twice. Let me message Derek. That is terrible. It's because we're using the tabs. So we used to use the browser within the application that we are using to stream, and it just stopped working. And I think I've got it figured out now. Too many tabs. So I basically have it open on this computer. That's actually bad too, streaming on multiple tabs. So, you know, like it's a lot of data coming in probably between all of the stuff. So let me close. I guess I can close the YouTube one here because I don't need it. But hopefully that's better. Now let me get the browser up on these. It's the bookmarks too. I'm so not used to this. Let me see if I can find just a history of it because that'll do it. History. There we go. Pretty much sure it'll be fine now. There we go. I do not hear myself. So hooray! Thank you guys. Are we? By the way, are we going to release the video you guys play Got 5 when you add it? It will be coming out soonish. We've just had so many other games that we felt needed to come out. I'm also, one of the things I've been doing this whole last 6 months is, well, I've been doing it kind of for a while, but specifically the last 6 months, I'm just timing the releases based on who is in the episode to a degree. Sometimes we pick a game that we really want to get out there and get people to see while it's available or whatever, something like that. But mostly because we have Deborah and Dave who are not around a lot. And it's going to be less for Deborah too, for sure. And Dave is doing more. His, you know, he's still caring for his mom, but he doesn't need his help as much. Hey, great, awesome, thanks, sir. I'll see if you guys don't see the done-up game you guys are going to try. So we do have it. We haven't played it yet. Down Up is what it really is. We do have it, but we haven't figured it out yet. But we had Aaron over yesterday who did Panda Spin with us, which was last week's episode. And he's intrigued by it, you know, because it's kind of an easier version. I mean, I don't know that it's that much the same, but it's sort of an easier version of Down Up. And so I'm sure it's not. That's a gross generalization, but still should be fun. So one of these days, we're trying not to film. We have filmed so much over the last 2 weeks that we are trying to calm down a little bit because it's just been never more than 2 or 3 games, but it's 2 or 3 games every few days. So we needed to get the SDJ stuff done. I actually have some surgery scheduled in a week and a half, and I'm not certain about the recovery time, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm going to have to mute when Nikki gets here because I need to talk to her. She's having an estimator come over to look at something, and I want to talk to her about that before she talks to them. I would love to talk to them, but they just couldn't make the timing. Yeah, Creator Scout. They have made the time. They don't have the time to do it while we're not doing things, so I think they're doing it today because tomorrow is going to be, even though we're only filming one thing. Oh, that's not true. We could be filming a few things, but we are not, it's not as compact, but we have people, and a lot of people, not a lot, but several people that we need to make that timing work. Let's see here, it's out of focus. Out of focus. You know, the paint's in the wrong spot. Keep doing this. I want to not reach across. Leave the miniature in the shot. But we did run into Dave last Saturday. Also got Orbit, board game, Bayou Boss, Crazy 8 ball card, and card game, and getting down up soon. Cool. We did run into Dave at, well, what happened was is we went to this place called the Valley Relic Museum here in the San Fernando Valley, and we were taking Christoph, and we'd never been, so it was fun. And I get there, and Dave sends me a picture that says that this barbecue place is still around, or no, what's left of it, and what the deal is, it's the sign of this barbecue place, which I don't think I ever went to. Dave probably did, but I never tried it. And Nikki's office, which used to be over there where she worked, would go there, I think. And I'm like, I run over to the area where that sign is because it's in the Valley Relic warehouse. I'm like, are you here? I take a picture and send it to him. I'm like, are you here? And he goes, we just left. And he was saying they waited. We went and had breakfast with Christoph before going, so, but we would have run into them if we had just, I think we were sitting chatting. Nikki's like, oh, if we just, did I close it again? If we just left a little sooner, but, Oi. Okay, those are done. Pretty much. At least enough. Is the gold decent enough on all of these? They are. I might do some silver. I probably will. I mean, it's weird. So metallics are neat because they actually have, you know, the metallic gleam, right? So it looks cool. That's coal black, that's not silver. There's the silver. So that really helps. You know, sell the gold because it's got metallic flakes. Sounds like Nikki is here. Oof, it's paint. I don't get it. This bottle's, is it because it's warm today? So Nikki should be here in a moment. I will need to take a little bit of a break. I'll keep painting, but I won't be talking. You're not really supposed to use metallic paints in your wet palette either, but they dry so quickly if I don't. So I do put them in the, I sometimes do put them in the wet palette. It's pretty, it's humid here right now. Oh, that's the gold. Music not working. Boy, that's annoying. Hey, Nick. Okay, I'm gonna keep painting, but I'll talk to Nick for a few minutes.
Okay, I'm back. There is going to be a new Horrified Dungeons & Dragons Ravenloft. Interesting. We have... What is the one that we have? These are not these are games. There's a D&D WizKids did these D&D games, and we played one of them at PDT Con. It was great. We also had Marga was there for her first BGG Con. That was great. She didn't come for a couple of days because she had... I mean, the con really starts Thursday. And I think she either showed up late Thursday or Friday. It's not too bad. But, you know, the final day is always a challenge. We are super busy just because one of the things we do is we go to the library and pull games that we hope to film on the show. And that's awesome, but it's also a little challenging, right? Because we don't get to everything, and we're also trying to do it while we're wrapping up the con. And then we leave. I mean, Monday is a half day at best. Most people are sleeping in from being up too late the night before. And so you're not really going to get to hang out too much. And then we end up leaving the next day, just later in the day. And so it was fine. We got home, I think we were a little bit delayed, but we got home within reasonable time and everything, so it was cool. But it's awesome. I also play a game with Amanda Panda in BGA, going to play there tomorrow, hopefully. Cool. Well, she's coming here after that, so don't hold her up too much. Amanda's great. We played all the STG games with her, except for maybe one. I don't feel we missed any. Do I have a blister here on my finger or something? Burp, 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 burp. I don't know what's going on. But we also played all those games with Eric Lang, and that was fun. He's very opinionated, though. You know, he is a designer, so he doesn't have a lot of patience for stuff he thinks is not correct. Okay, so I'm going to try to increase the green a little bit on these. But yeah, it was fun. We played with Aaron yesterday, just the games he hadn't played. Hey, I can hear that. Thanks so much for the follow. JIPIGEDA. Thanks so much for the follow. We were at a hamburger hot dog place nearby with Aaron, and the basketball finals were on, and we were in there, and there were a bunch of people, much more than we thought, because we couldn't see them. And they would let out this terrific cheer. That was when I guess the Knicks went into, they were ahead of the San Antonio Spurs at the end of, near the very, like a second left in the game. It's crazy. I haven't watched basketball in ages. When Nikki was in college, I watched often because I like basketball and used to play, but it was kind of cool. I think it was like CBS maybe used to play 2 games in the afternoon on the weekends, and that was the time that I could watch, I think, and so it was fun. It was also, ooh, there you go, there's a problem. It was also when Michael Jordan was, you know, king, so that was good 25 years, so 7 years ago probably. Actually, let me think, 30 years ago, puts it 95. I don't think it was 95. Might have been, though, some of it.
but Nikki has zero interest in sports, which is fine. I'm not really crazy about them either. But all our friends seem to care, enjoy it. So. It's one of the reasons a lot of people keep their cable, and we are, we still have our cable, but we're not going to keep it for much longer. I mean, probably no longer, if I get the time. So I just touched up that little dark splotch of maybe leather color that I used, and then just put, so it's still a little green, right? But I'll just put a little bit of coat of the stuff on that and build it up so that it you won't see it. I probably could leave it as is because it could be a highlight, so I'm not afraid of the contrast paints for trying to get colors to make corrections and stuff. It's not that big of a deal. That looks pretty good. It's not dry. It'll get a little darker, but I kind of want, so this one's much darker. But I'm going to go for like a little bit of lining here. Try to just darken up on the edges. Oh, you know what? I really wanted to darken it up here, because this doesn't really look very strong on most of these. I didn't put it very heavily on there. I use quantum fiber. It has it in it really good. Yeah, we don't have that here in SoCal. We are with AT&T, and it's good. We're very happy with it, other than we were having issues, but it may have been not them. I don't know. But it is nice. When we first got, goodness, I think it's 10 years ago now, maybe. When we first got fiber, it was a miracle for us because, we're just uploading heavy videos often. Plus, I have Derek edit, so I don't think it would take so long. I used to go to my mom's because she had fiber long before we did. And, like when I had to do the SDJ stuff, I kind of remember one. So this must have been 2013 or something like that, where maybe the first one, we only did the 3 SDJ games. We didn't do the Kenners. Actually, the Kenner might not even existed at that time. The very first one, maybe, I don't know, that we did. But after that, we would do those as well. We decided to just do them all because, first of all, kids didn't get enough coverage, and a lot of people really want the heavier games in our community, right? And so, how much characters do I have to paint? Oh, I have so many to paint, Chris. I have many to paint. I am so far away from being done. My goal is to finish wave 1 for everybody that I have. I finished wave 1 for myself, but I've just been painting because wave 1 is 5 years old now. Like it came out 5 years ago or something like that. I think maybe the first box came out in end of 2020, and I paid extra to get it to come early, and then didn't play it. I'd actually heard some things. Oh, it's not that great, and I really love it. I think it's a fun game. But I talked to that person who told me that later, and they're like, "Oh no, I didn't mean it like that." I'm like, "Okay, because this is fun." But we ended up playing it in early to mid 2021 with a friend that we hadn't seen in ages, probably nearly 8 years or something like that at the time. And so we went and met him because he was down visiting. We met him at the hotel and played. It was really fun. And I was playing with the painted minis, so I was very excited about that. I don't know if I had them all painted at that point of the first box, but I was close. What did I see with the blue or the gold here? That looks cool. I think the coats are good enough. This one was lighter, so maybe this one is a little still a little too light. Do I have gold on here? I hope not. Cool. Now I'm going to try to do a little bit. I kind of want to work on the face, but I'm going to not worry about that right now. You're taking a year off to address some health stuff. Well, that's crazy. I have not been putting it off. So I fractured my heel a year and 9 months ago. And in that, like, why did that happen kind of thing, they discovered that I have a sort of a calcium deficiency, which I don't, but my body is overactive, and I guess it thinks it needs more calcium, and so it's taking it out of my bones, which is terrible. So this surgery will deal with a gland that will theoretically resolve that, and then I will be able to build up bone density again. So we shall see. It's a good thing we found out, because, you know, they did just a battery of tests to figure out what. I mean, I go to the doctor, and it wasn't like I don't see them, but, you know, they're not thinking they need to worry about that stuff. And I think maybe, you know, calcium showed up in some of the tests or something. So that is what's happening. But, you know, it's terrible, like here in the US, for folks that need to skeleton hoard. You know, we pay a lot of money for our insurance, and thankfully the copay is not that terrible. Are there some green square books, but it's not major? What? There are some green, boxes. It's probably, I don't see it here, but it could be the, I'm not going to shut the camera off, although I could shut the top-down camera off, but that sounds like a glitch. That's related to the, so we use, for these cameras, we use HDMI. HDMI is a not broadcast standard. Not that we're really, you know, we're doing broadcast, but the way you do it for at least the machine we use now, and we've always done that. We use a box that converts HDMI to, dang it, paint is on the wrong side again. That converts HDMI to what they call SDI, which is a broadcast style connection that has long runs and everything. We don't have that long a run, but it is still helpful, and we've done it since we set up the studio for streaming 10 or 9 years ago. Because we used to do, which was fun, we used to do live streams for Extra Life. They were in November, and so it was hard because we just usually get back from Essen and then have to do that. Not have to, but we would do that, and then we would get ready to go to BG Cons. So it was not easy. And I think the last time we did that was in 2017, maybe, which is too bad because it was fun. It was a 24-hour live stream, and often towards the end, daylight saving would happen in the middle of it. So we'd have to do an extra hour for the 12 to 12 thing. And one time, I mean, I've stayed up for the bulk of them. My mom actually ran the cameras towards the end of the second day, you know, essentially, you know, the last 12 hours. She came over and I was falling asleep at the table, so she was cutting away from me. And then I would wake up. We were playing, oh gosh, what's it called? I'm thinking of the Polish name. And you know, Nikki was the ghost telling us what happened to her, and I just woke up and said, this is this and this, and I was actually, Scott was here and he was saying it was something else, but I had like more favor points or whatever in the game, so it was fun. But that's actually kind of when we knew Kevin, but that's when we first hung out with Kevin, kind of, besides at BGG Con, because he and his girlfriend would come, and Nikki and I ran a thing that was called the Puzzle Hunt. No, not the Puzzle Hunt, that's Dave. We did the Photo Safari, and the Photo Safari was fun because you would get games, names. Actually, I don't think you even had the names. You just had to tell us you had to do basically a rebus, which is, you know, images that will spell out the word. So you figure that out. And so it was fun for that, and it was also fun because when you judged it, we didn't know the answers. I can't remember if they put it on the back side or whatever, but we had to guess what it was. So the judging took a little more time probably than I don't even remember. I don't remember when we announced it or anything. It was crazy. Because, you know, you generally get that thing done, and it was too much effort for other judges to be there, so I think we stopped after a year or two. But Kevin and his girlfriend just had the most amazing, she's very creative, and he is too. And so we had just really fun answers from them. Okay, so I have Ivory. Frame rate lagging, freeze up. Okay, well, let me try. Which camera is it, Chris? Let me know. Is it me? Oh, it's the one you're seeing, so it's the down camera. Okay, well, let's cut to me real quick. What was that? Oh, you know, I think I muted it or something. Okay, there we go. Let me see if it was here. I don't know what's going on. Once again, this is fun. Okay. So yeah, these boxes can cause the problems. I hope I didn't mute something. Anyway, let's cut to that again. I don't know why I don't hear music. I must have paused it. Cut, okay. I don't see it, so you know I must have paused it in this window. I did. There we go. See if it works. Let me know. Seems like it's jerking right there, so I don't think so. Yeah, it's not good. Let me see here. Is it back? It is back on. Why would it not be on? The display's getting hot. Maybe that's causing problems. My arm is not there. Okay. Let me know if it continues. So I'm going to use a little bit. Wow, it's kind of got a blue to it, the ivory. So, you know, the palette, these colors start to separate, and which is not great. That's one of the challenges of wet palette. but if you keep working it and keep it mixed, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, but I want to do a little bit of this might be too big of a brush, but I want to do a little bit of highlight on the edges of the leather to give it a little bit more and the belts. Maybe I won't be getting to Shuri. What time is it? It's only 6:30. I might get to her. This is silly stuff, you know me. I'm just wanting to do a little bit of stuff where on the, oops, that's a little too much. But you give it a little bit of, looks like it's got a little bit of wear. Helps sell the, I mean, I do this on other minis and it can take a while. So I'm trying to do it relatively quick. And basically what you can do is then you can go back over it and do a little bit of a wash of the brown to knock it back down a little bit. And we'll do it right here. So it's a little less intense. But it still has a bit of wear. Cool. So there is an issue where you need to turn things on in a specific order for it to not have the glitches with the frame rate and stuff. It's really just the copy protection that is giving us the grief. And you know, it's because they want you to use, with a lot of these machines, they want you to use broadcast cameras. And we just can't afford that. They're very expensive. We have actually one camera that will do it. It knocked it down a lot here on this one. So here's the one I put what was a light coat. I mean, you see some of it, but $105 in Vegas. Oh my gosh. Well, we're not that warm, but it's warm. It'll be that temperature soon enough here. I'm really happy that we're filming the last of the SDJ stuff here soon, so it won't be 100. You know, we've done some in July many times, but we're going to try to be done before then. So. But we're doing one of the games that needs multiple players soon. That's why it's going to happen tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. So what's the downer is I now have the paint over here, but I had a sponge that I used to wipe the brush down on my right, and I don't have that there anymore. He looks cool. Looks like I might have had some gold in that water. It's fine. Huh. I'm sorry, it's out of focus there. Let me see about this. See if I can use it on. So this is really just a metallic pigment, medium, it says it's a medium. And you could put other colors with it. So what I want to do is just do a little bit of brighter highlights on these knives, these daggers, but I don't think it's really working. I have the one, so this is the one I have. I did shake it, right? Yeah, it's not really coming out very bright. Okay. This is the first one I bought that was Vallejo, but I have now, I have most of the metallics from Proacryl. Let's see here. I really want to use these new paints too that I bought, showed last week. Or no, I think I showed them on Tuesday. Light bronze, bright gold. That is not it. Copper. Interesting. So why does that have that bottle on it? Lid, white gold, that's pretty bright.
rich gold. Nope, it doesn't look like I have the metallic medium here, but I do have it. I moved everything to this other side here. Let me just see. Wow. Is that it? No. Huh. I don't know where the metallic medium went. I'm pretty sure I have it from them. I could be wrong. Well, I'm going to go use the restroom. I'm sorry. I'll put these here for a moment. I will mute, and I'll be back. Hey, time roller. Good gosh, Chris, 112 degrees. That's pretty rough. I mean, we'll get those temperatures too. We are not immune from that. I did go to Vegas one time, probably 12 or 13 years ago. And it was in July. Oh my gosh, it was a blast furnace. So hot. Let me put something on that scratch. Ooh, I bonked my hand too. Goodness gracious. I am abusing myself. Okay. I really would like to paint more. I'm hoping that I'll have a little bit more time. I might have another paint stream next week. We'll see if we can shift it up maybe. I don't know. I do like to keep it on the schedule that we have because it's easy for me to repeat it, which we do. Okay, so I think that's good. Now that I have lotion on my hands, I'm going to stop touching it. What I'm going to do here is use this handle and paint these edges black. You see about dry brushing a tiny bit. It's really, I actually have a fine dry brush.
it's funny. So there's like multiple like definitions of dry brushing. I'm like, what? Like I have this old school where, and it is not great. You're basically, if you can see this, you can see some little clouds of pigment flying around, which is unfortunate. But it's making these, oops, I'm sorry, it's not focusing. It's making the little ridges, let's move these out of the shot, a little brighter, which is what I want. I don't want to be too bright because I don't want to overpower the blue. But you need to, wow, look at that. There's like where his foot is locked into the, I'll just put that little hole right there. So it's kind of like maybe a good idea for me anyway to do this on a wet palette. What they do is you want a little bit of, if you watch Artist Opus, Byron, I never remember his name. Oh, see, that's too dry. Byron does pretty great dry brush tutorials. He is really quite an amazing painter. Wow, how did I do this? Did I just I must have put it in. Yeah. But he gets it so that there's a little dampness to it. And I bought their Artist Opus at Gen Con last year, brushes, a brush kit, plus, did I buy a dry brush? Why did I buy the little, maybe I bought it just to have it. So there's you might have seen it here before, but it's a little sponge that you put your brush into and it gets it damp. Now he is doing like more of a modern style of dry brush that was like, the first time I saw, I'm like, what? But I understand it better. Wow, this is not good. This first one went really well. Sort of. But he's very good. And you can learn a lot from that. Yeah, this one's actually pretty good already. But he does it where, so he uses a wet palette, and I have a palette for this somewhere, and I have no idea where I put it. I feel like it might have slipped down to the side here. But it's a dry brush palette that is essentially just textures. Mostly 120. Gosh, Chris, that's terrible. I would not want to. I mean, we've had that temperature here. Not many, but we have had it. And it is no fun. And I believe it was near July or August, so you know we could have that. We've had a surprisingly mild, still having warm day summers for a little while. So you need to clean the brush. You don't want to dunk it in. This is not like a standard brush, so you just want it to get it damp, and then you want to work out any color that it has. Now, of course, I'm using a gray, light gray. Anyway. So one other thing I want to do, but I think I'm going to save it till this is really dry, is do some highlights on his hair. But first thing I'm going to do, which I was using that thing for in the first place, this handle to do the black, which I don't have on my palette yet, which I knew I needed. I don't know why I didn't do it. It is weird how much painting the rim of the model helps a lot. Now here's the thing that's bothered me the entire time I've been painting these. So this is a hero. Heroes are blue. I have a villain Loki, his red. This one is red, that's a villain. But my blacks, the rims are all black, making it a little hard to potentially notice who's who. So I thought about painting them, but I think I'm just gonna go with Everybody should know their character. You shouldn't be attacking your teammates, and go with that. Let me see here. Where's the black? I do have a lot of bottles. I need to check Scott's because his white in particular could be bad, but you know, he didn't use it as much. It's gonna shoot out. Yes, it did. Very weird. Okay. I keep trying to do all my paint in this one corner because it doesn't dry that quickly, and I keep touching it with, see, like this, I have black paint on my finger now. And if I work it in the corner, then I'm maybe doing another spot where I won't get it on my fingers because I just don't want it getting on the model. Okay, so we do a little bit of water. I use a synthetic brush for this, not that it's 100% necessary, but it's also a larger brush that I like. So I want to get a little bit of water, thin these out. And I do this in 2 steps. I do standard, this is called Coal Black from Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl. And it actually dries pretty quickly. Now, you know, the adage is 2 thin coats. This is the perfect example of this, and I'm very guilty of just jumping the gun and going for it, which is not great. Actually, I think that is correct. I did it right the first time. Do not put paint there. I mean, when I colored it in, I was like, oh, is that correct? But it is. I don't want black on there. Okay. But you get less brush strokes, and then what I do for the final thing, so I guess essentially it's going to be 2 stages, since I'm doing 2 thin coats, is I also use a speed paint, or contrast paint over this. Something that Adam Smasher showed, which was awesome. Ugh, I just got it all over the place, and it's really a mess in this. Here in my rinse well. I'm just gonna let that dry. He said, and then he painted over it. But you'll see it dries pretty quickly. Sorry, it's not in focus. Too many things in the shot. Anything shiny, it really focuses on it. But if you let it dry, you won't have brush strokes. Using the thinner paint, you won't have brush strokes, and that's great. So what I usually do is I just put it on my little wet palette, my silicone wet palette, because it's barely touching the base. But you can see I don't have the paint going all the way up into the ferrule, which, yes, this is an inexpensive brush, but they actually last a while. Especially for what I'm doing here. I don't poke it into stuff, so the bristles don't need to come to a perfect point on this one. They do a pretty good job. for a while I have been using just these, but I also bought these Sax brushes that I think it was Adam that talked about them. His friend Sam Lenz likes, now he, you know, he's a pro painter. I'm not exactly certain how he does everything. He probably uses a synthetic for larger coverage and stuff like that. He definitely uses, now he says, I probably might have even got it just from his videos. I haven't watched any for a while, but he was saying you can get a great point even with a giant brush. It just gives you more of a reservoir of color, so you don't have to keep going back to the palette to keep getting your brush loaded with paint. And that's 100% valid. So I do these top parts. You can see it's 2 segments. I'm always just, I saw it a long time ago or something where you paint the stuff that, you know, this is kind of like display model, but it isn't a display model quality, but I do this top part first because I don't want to have multiple brush strokes running across each of these. Now here's the deal. It'll dry pretty flat, especially with the thinner paints. But yeah, you don't want to get the paint up into the ferrule because it presses the bristles apart as it builds up. And that's really bad for a brush. It's not going to hold a point. You can actually see these bristles have been kind of pounded. So this must have been one of the earlier brushes I used when I bought these. These are Royal Langnickel, which, I mean, I've seen them at, I know it's got to be a budget brand. Maybe they make some nicer stuff, but they are sold at Hobby Lobby, like packs of 10. And I'm pretty actually sure that Sam has advocated those as well. Now he has a line with Monument Hobbies, so, and I think he might be part of I'm pretty sure he is part of the Army Painter team. What do they call them? Studio team? Or at least he was there when they were trying the brushes and stuff, the new brushes. I have one. I bought it when I was at, is this it? No. Boy, you would think that one is, oh no, that's terrible. It's around here somewhere. Like that, but it's a 5. And it's synthetic. It's a new kind of synthetic. How far are you and Nikki on the Dungeons and Dragons calendar and Cthulhu? We have not touched them since, so we're gonna have a lot of catch up to do. That's the, not Dungeons and Dragons, but it's 365 adventures. Yeah, we haven't touched them for more than a month, which will be exciting. We'll probably not, try not to burn through them all in one sitting. But it really does pay off to just thin the paints and do a little bit to do the 2 coats. You're just going to get a better, more smoother finish without any, well, with very minimal brush strokes. And you know, it isn't even that important, but it's a nice thing that I prefer to have. I mean, I've done it 4 years. Let me see if my, I mean, this is, you can see it's rubbed through here. Hold on. It's rubbed through here a bit, but it's smooth and it looks pretty good. And that's 24 years old or something like that I painted that. Man, these Pro Acro paints are great. They're really kind of a good value. I still haven't tried, I have them sitting right here, but they only have 12 colors so far of their one-step paints. But I definitely want to try them. I'm going to pick something. I might try them on some of the Wave 1 minis that I have not painted yet. Wow, that's terrible. So there's some gold I need to touch up. The water is just black now. Now, it's black, but it's actually not terrible. It doesn't, it has a little bit of a, is that the brush? No, we'll just do this one. This is the end of this. It's drying now. Okay, is that the third one now? So you can see it's very matte. It's not completely dry yet. But when you put the contrast paint on it, it gives you a little bit of, take care, Chris. It's kind of splotchy. When you'd use the, well, I feel like that's probably good enough for the next layer. So let's do that. I use Black Templar. I really like this black. There's a newer one, which is nearly 3 years old probably now. Maybe even more. I really don't remember. It's probably 2022. The years are all a mess now in my brain. They introduced Black Legion, which is another color. I feel like the other one's slightly bluer and this one's slightly browner black, maybe. But I really like this one, and I really like the other one. They're both great. I don't think I've even tried the one that I have of one of the speed paints. So I'm going to use the same brush. I want it to be a little damp. And I'm going to let it just kind of drain back in because this is frustrating. But when you put this on, again, so what I do, this is just because I'm right-handed, I go against, I rotate kind of with the brush stroke. Oof, that's terrible. These flipper bottles, flip-top bottles are just not great. These are Games Workshop's version of standard kind of flip tops. And they're great if you paint out of the pot, which is obviously kind of how they recommend it, but they don't have, I feel like almost all paints need to be thinned. So you're going to put it on a palette. You're not going to put the thinner into the bottle unless you're trying to reactivate it so it's not so thick. So my goal is to get back around roughly before it's dry. And that's pretty good. I also do it kind of towards the back so that you don't see the ugliness of my brush strokes. But it's already drying, and you can see it has a bit of a sheen to it. And I like that little bit of sheen. I do not know if that's what Adam really liked, but I will tell you, it won't pick up more fingerprints. And I'm going to varnish it as well. And varnishing it means you could probably just go with that if you don't want to do this. But I like the level of whatever the black it does here. And I'm very happy I watched Adam do this. I'm like, oh, now I don't know how he does it now because he mostly, he works he's not really like a major employee, but he works with Army Painter. And so he, of course, is going to most likely use their brand of paints, but he also thinks they're really great. So I do know that, like he doesn't have brushes with Monument Hobbies anymore, and I really liked his brush set. I believe it was all three. It was 3 brushes, and I believe all 3 were synthetic. I'm pretty sure Sam lenses, at least in the day, I'm pretty sure they're still there, but maybe not. Those were mostly synthetic and like 1 or 2 natural hair bristles. So I don't want to tear the other paint, and we'll let that go. It's already drying though, it dries very quickly. But you can see here it's mostly dry already, and it has a bit of a sheen to it. Now, these paints are not durable. The contrast paints, they are not durable, but they kind of work with this. And I also probably should just use like a standard matte on the varnish for the to cover these and see what it does. I don't know. I don't even actually pay attention to it and see what it does, because I varnished the whole thing when I varnish minis. You really need to varnish them if you're going to play with them, because the paint will just lift off. Man, the other Shuri that was in the main, might even been in the main box of, I think it was one of the stretch goal ones, was amazing. I love that mini. This one, Shuri one, is going to be Black Panther, so it's going to be a little different. Okay, so those are done, pretty much. I still want to do the hair. I'm going to have to do it with the handle, paint handle. I don't know if the person came by. Clear that water out a little bit. Okay, they look neat. Let them dry and we can look at them. So Shuri, she doesn't have any, like, she has the, you know, her suit, the way they have them in the movie, is it, I'm sure it's something similar for these. You know, the suit like stores power, and then you can, you know, trigger it to do damage or whatever. It's pretty neat. But she had some cool gauntlets or Is it mine, or I think I need to be logged in as BGG on this, or me. Oh no, there it is. What am I, Knucklehead or something? Okay, so we went Black Panther. Not there. Let me check Shuri. What is going on here? Shuri Black Panther, okay. Yeah, 3 years ago. So this was probably when, let me see what the date was, February. It's probably when the campaign was going, and I know I didn't get it for a while. It might have been 2024. Neat. She does have kind of, I can't remember the collar. You know, her face is black. She has white, kind of glowing eyes. So we'll do that. Maybe. I don't have white down. This is going to be kind of an easy one to paint. It's not going to have a ton of detail because things to do, because it's mostly like her belt pack is brown leather. The wall, the you know, this shield, I guess, that she's walking over is, oh wow, is the green still good here? It is. Let's just paint this green, see what it looks like. So I don't have to sweat the face too much because you know, it doesn't, usually I paint the face first. I will paint the eyes soon though. But that's just the way I do that kind of stuff. Gosh, I really, I don't know what's happening with Big Child, but God, I really love their minis. You know, they have some, I mean, we were playing some of the Zombicide and they had minis that they had done, and probably some of the guys maybe just started a company to just handle all that stuff for them, the design and the painting of them for the campaigns. Huh. I believe these are leaves. They are. They have like a blue glow on them that they are doing. And I don't like it. I want these to not look like icicles. Is that a leaf that's laying down? Sure is. Shuri is. Okay. I still think I have a lot of paint left of the white. Paint just shoots out. This is definitely thick. This one coagulates. It's not completely dry, but it's coagulating. And now I have two other bottles of it. I have a new bottle, and then I have Scott's bottle that he had me take home. Wow, that water. Oh, I have water on the palette. I'm touching this with the grass or the leaves. Ugh. I'm gonna have problems with the eyes, as I usually do. See if I can take off some of that. Do I have a toothpick? I do. So I got a little bit under her eyebrow here, which is kind of my MO with these things. I'm going to be painting that black, but I don't want it to be, well, you might not even see it, right? It's underneath. But I'm trying to use I was using a natural hairbrush to do this recently, and it wasn't really any better. And I felt like I had it thinned properly, so I don't know. Let's see if I can mess it up. Ich. Ugh, I just got it on her nose. What the heck? I am going to paint it black, so, or gray. Goodness gracious. I said it, I jinxed myself talking about messing it up. Ugh. It's okay.
I'm really having trouble here. I don't know what the deal is.
With my brushes here. I mean, this is probably just an old brush, but I thought I got a new one out, and I thought this was it, but it is not. It looks a little dirty. Look at this one. It's got a bit of a curve too, but it looks like it's the new one. Ugh, there's all the, oh, you know, this is the paint that shot out of the, good gosh. So there was like a blob of the paint, and I thought I got it, but it landed on my brushes. I didn't even see it. It's everywhere here. Oh, messy. And it's been coagulating a little bit here, so it's especially glue-like. Oh, it's everywhere. So yeah, I put this down when I did the edge of the base. Sorry, it is a mess. Okay. I wonder what I did with that brush, the new one. Must have put it, oh, you know what? It's over here probably. It is. I have like my synthetic brushes over in another pot so that I just know that that's what's over there. I actually should put all of them ones that I have that are, I said synthetic, but I mean natural hair. I don't know that those are natural hair. Ugh. It's a Winsor Newton. Could be. Could be. Triple lot. It is hot. Ugh. Okay, it doesn't look like I have any. Well, I have the Winsor Newtons in there. But I thought I had. Are they here? I don't think so. I should have some red grass ones. I definitely kept them here. I gotta figure it out. Anyway, not that important. Let's see. What time is it? 7:20. Okay, these are dry. You can see how the edge, the rim of the base it looks really quite good. Thinning it is really crucial. Do I have any that I haven't painted yet? Certainly possible. Maybe I just do that. I definitely didn't do these. So, Captain, or what is her name? I never get the name right. Carter, Captain Carter. So I usually start in the back because that's not, you know, I think when you're looking at these, you're looking at the front. Keep doing it. So I think I handled these too much. It's got a little bit of a resistance to paint, which is not good. Ugh. Sorry, the brushes are in the shot. But these brushes aren't expensive either, these Saks ones. I mean, they were. It's been a couple years since I bought them now, I think. They were like $2 something a brush when you bought 6 or something like that. Maybe they weren't discounted at all. But they're nice. I like them. Oops, this stuff is making it out of focus. So I kind of came around the front, which is not good. You want to do it from the back. At least I do. I'm just knowing that the focus is going to be more on the front of the Mini than the back. Did I do these? I did. I just didn't varnish them yet. Sorry, it's not focusing. Because I'm not in the center, I guess. Okay. Now I've done no wash on the, probably should have done that. Although I don't necessarily need to, but I will probably do a bit of a wash on the base. Okay.
Thanks, Rainfall Projects.
Trying. They're turning out pretty good. I just want to move quicker. I was happy to do these in 2 painting sessions. They're turning out pretty good. So, let those dry. Is one of them dry enough? Not yet, I don't think. That's pretty smooth. So, we'll put on some of the, and it looks dry. We'll put on some of the black Templar, which is a great black. Ugh, do it on the base. Do it on the holder, handle. And moving again, I have the paint in the wrong spot. Gotta get used to it. I flipped everything just so I'm not moving the mini out of the frame so much. I'm still gonna do it because I'm just a knucklehead. But you can see it's drying very quickly on the other edge. I can't even paint fast enough around it to catch it while it's still wet. So I'm going to stop there. Got a little bit on me, but I don't care, it's fine. Okay. Hmm. Ah. Cool. Hmm. Okay. Let's see, what should I do now? I have a board falling down on me here. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. It has a nice, you know, it kind of looks like a plinth, you know, for like a display model, which we're not doing here, but awesome. Can we see some close-ups? Of course. Here is a Loki, one of the Lokis. He looks cool. The blades are okay. I almost should just do, I don't want to do non-metallic metal. Here's another, might as well just show you two of them. They're very similar, so I did a pretty decent job. And here's Captain Carter that I was working on and finishing. The base looks really nice. So I'm going to try to be careful, but I'm going to do a bit of a splash here on her. I like to use Basilicanum Gray to do some shading on the bases, so we'll do a little bit of that and see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really excited. I need to work on this one a little bit more too. He looks cool. Looks cool. Okay, so I have to use the fidget popper palette that I use. See if that'll pop off. See, that's what's so great. These just pretty much takes it all off. It's weird that music is doing that. Maybe it's still going. So yeah, there's the gold. The other one is not dry yet. Okay. So I want to use Basilicanum Gray. I'm going to use the one, this is the one that's no good, right? It doesn't have any white. Oh wow, oh that's Black Templar. Oh yeah, so you see the white pigment. These are the same paint. So I use this one and I thin it out a little bit on, with the, I reduce the intensity, I shouldn't say thin, because thinning makes it like maybe water is in it. I put a little contrast medium in it to reduce the intensity so it's a more wash. Wow, this is near the end. Wow. It is really near the end. Wow. My first bottle of this that I messed up, not too far into it, spilling it. Ooh, it's thick. This is not, may not work. Seems like it's more like paint now. But it does seem like it has a brownish tone to it. And I believe the Black Legion has a bluish tint to it. I could be wrong. Ooh, it's warm. Should have put on the air conditioning. I don't love air conditioning, so... Okay, so I'm going to need a bunch of contrast medium. I think this is my third bottle of this. Is that correct? It has to be. So I'm getting low. Yeah, that's pretty thick. Wow. Who knows, when I spilled it, it may have done a lot to this paint. Let's see, how dark is it? It's pretty dark. It is gray, but I think I need to add a little water, which is weird. But it's near the end. I think I recall, actually, that it was like that the last time I used it. Let's see what we get. So I'm just doing a little shading. It's basically kind of like Nuln Oil. It's a little too dark, but we'll go with it. And maybe dry brush something. Ooh, I don't want that on the paint. I already painted already. That's why you do the base last, the edge of the rim of the base last. But I got gung-ho. Has anybody watched the Spider Noir? We watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, I think, and enjoyed it, but we have to catch up on it. I mean, you know, we're not getting rid of Amazon Prime anytime soon, but I feel like I'm hearing the same. I must have, maybe I've entered these in the collection more than once, in the playlist more than once. So there's a little bit of red here. Once this dries, I'm going to just put a touch of gray, a touch of gray, on it, and that should do it, just to cover up that red. This looks good. It'll dry a little darker, I think, but it's working like a wash, and I just hate to not, you know, use, throw away paint, and it works. It's what I need it to do, and it's a shade of gray that I like. Now again, I've used contrast medium, and it really needed it. But you can do what I'm doing here, which is if you feel there's some pools of it you don't want, you wick them up and move them around, or just get them on a cleaner brush. That looks good. Now, it should be okay if I got a little bit on the edge of the base, because it's the same kind of paint. So it has a roughly similar finish. There is some differences in them, but I'm betting the black is probably very close. Okay. Okay, I got my mom calling her in a little bit. In about 15 minutes. That'll be when I need to stop. Oops. I have to build some projects tonight too, so give Derek some editing, because we need, next week is going to be the first of the SDJ 2026 SDJ videos that will be the kids games, probably. We always did them first because in years past they were the first ones to announce. They were announced in June, and we had to race home from BGCon with the games that we had picked up from, that the jury brought, that they brought to the con, BG Spring, so that they can demo the games that were just nominated. And that's how it worked this time too, but everything was a week earlier. So that was nice. Gave us a little more time, and we're not doing the discussion video, which we're saving that for the others, since they're all announced in July. That looks cool. Looks better a month after, you know, I hadn't looked at them for a month. I'm always a little disappointed with something I've done on them, and I think these are great. What did I do with the other one? 2 of them. Is it on the bit handle? No, I've got the handle in my hand. Oh, there it is. So it's drying already. It has maybe a little bit more sheen because of the, but you can see it's not a problem on the rim. There is something going on there. I don't know if it's a piece of something that's stuck to it, but I'm not going to sweat it. Okay, the last one of these. Let me remember that it is this color, Mantis Warriors Green, that is the leaves of that, the plant around Shuri, Black Panther Shuri. But it was really fun to hang out with Aaron. We hadn't hung out with him for a while, maybe since February, which is just crazy. He says he's doing well though, so we're gonna bug him more. Goodness gracious, my phone. But I've been kind of trying to schedule people with a last go at some consistent stuff with Deborah before she is gone. Okay, Christoph is sending us photos of his first day in San Francisco, which is awesome. He's never been there, which is cool. He had been to LA before he started coming for the SDJ stuff. It's actually not for the SDJ. This is his vacation. Those look good, and that's actually not a bad intensity for these. Let me look at one that's closer to drying. Did he drove or did he flew? He actually flew. So Dave actually, I think, went up today. I actually need to write him and see if he made it. He had a doctor's appointment and he was visiting a friend, doing stuff with a friend. That's where I was saying that he went to that LA or the Valley Relic, what is it called? Valley Relics Museum. Wow, look at that black paint just coming off from my fingers too. So his friend was visiting, so he came down for that as well, and he was going to head back today. He wanted to get back to see his mom. And I was kind of hoping that they could, because Christoph was supposed to go on Monday, and he didn't. His friend is busy with his job, so he didn't want to be too much of, he didn't want to do it all by himself because it's hard to get around. So I think this is the first one. It's getting there. You can see it's taking a while to dry in the crevices. So I'm just gonna let that go. I may dry brush them a bit. I actually need to look for that palette. So basically what it is, it's a laser cut piece of board. MDF board, not tempered, which I love. But yeah, then he leaves back for, he actually has a longer flight because he has to a layover, but he's going back to to Frankfurt. Boy, my fingers need to be cleaned. The ear itches. Okay, what time is it? It is 7:50. Well, maybe I paint. Let's see, Shuri has the green. Let's see how that looks. I'm not sure what I guess she's on maybe like, it's like a brown color now. It's lighter. Boy, it is absolutely not the same. You know, they 3D print these, and then I'm sure they adjust the models as, you know, for manufacturing. And so this front part here does not look like the photo. Oh boy. Gold flake, you know, the paint. Little blobs of paint where I could have swore I saw it, but I didn't see it. So it obviously fell between two brushes, and then it started rolling around, and then it was all over the handles. It was crazy. Ridiculous as since I had seen it. That's the thing, as these paints get thicker. So I've been using this ivory, which is new, and it's great. Flows well. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what to do. If I'm going to, I really need to go through and mix everything every so often, just so the pigments don't settle. I'm going to do the brown. We'll do that brown. I feel it needs to be like what I use for Gore Grunta fur, is what it's called, because it doesn't look like wildwood. That is it right there. Why is that above? Oh, it's put in the wrong place. Or is it? No, this is an extra bottle. That's one of Scott's. Okay, here we go. This one's a good one. They actually have a lot of great colors. Yeah, we had actually contemplated taking him up there. We just don't have, we can't, we have too many things happening. And we haven't been in San Francisco in a long time. I can't even recall the last time we went. My friend who passed away 5 years ago, definitely before that, maybe more than, I mean, it's been a long time. I think we went when his, I can't, maybe it is. No, we went up to some conventions up there, but we hadn't seen them, because, you know, we were there for 3 days or whatever. But once he passed, I haven't seen his sister. I've never messaged with her, but it was so terrible. And he was young, younger than me. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I do not want to do it in here. I'm going to use a little bit of long stream today for you or for me. I think I've only been going 2 hours or 2.5 hours. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's going to be a crowded game. It's going to be our most crowded SDJ discussion video, but it should be fun. Hopefully I don't frustrate anybody that are helping us. We have a bunch of people coming over. Wow, that's more medium than I thought. But let's just do it like that, and we'll see how it goes. And maybe layer it, another go of it. But it's kind of got a brown, it's a great hair color, brownish red look to it that I like. And it could work for wood. But yeah, the wildwood, which is fantastic, is a little dark. I don't remember what the color is. They have a color in these paints. Was it this? No. I felt like there was one in the dark wood is what they call it. So it might be similar to the wildwood. What do they call it for straight color? Do they not do? Oh, deep brown. Deep brown. Okay. So I kind of have to be a little careful. I want it to go into the edge. Oof. We had Amanda here for the Knizia marathon that we did. You know, it was 6 hours or something like that. It wasn't really a marathon, but we had a bunch of people, like 7 or 8. So it's going to be like that. We're going to have to cram even more people in here. Thankfully, everybody's kind of small. Mike should be here. Oh, Nick Murphy and I are gonna try to paint stream together. Oof, I got it on the here, I do not want that. He has set up a little painting stream studio at his place, and I definitely want to try to do that with him. Wow, it really dried quickly. That's terrible. I may have to do the little bit of gray to then put the green back on it. Although you may not notice it once it's dry. Come on, focus. It's this thing. You cannot have it in the shot. It's the little pool with the little sparkle of highlight in there from the overhead light. On the finger. Now that's going to be black, and it's on the damn blades of. Boy, is it tight in there to get in. Ugh, we're all over the grass, or the blades of the plant. Okay. So I don't want to use that brush because that is we'll use this one. This is an older brush. I don't know how I got it. I might have got it in one of the paint kits. Hey, look, the music has stopped again. I don't know what's going on. Ugh, maybe I go in from between here. Ugh, it's on the rocks. It's on the rocks. You know, I'm doing a brown, so I could, or a tan color for the stones, because I'm going to follow what they do on this. I ran out of the green, I guess, before I finished that. Cool, that looks pretty good. I'll probably do a little bit of highlights on it. Okay. Oh, that's Call My Mom. snooze that for a minute or 10 minutes. Oof, I didn't get the green. You can see I missed it quite a bit on underneath here. This stuff cannot be in the shot. You can see it back in here. I missed a good chunk of the green leaves. Oh, and there's one right here. Boy, I need to look at these more carefully. Okay, I'm going to do that since I've seen them now. Oh, there's brown that didn't get done. Oh, that's funny because I'm had a little gray on it. We did take Christoph to it's funny, he showed me a picture of a tiki glass. We took him to a tiki bar here in LA that Daryl and our friend Daniel had taken us to. And it's a good place. The food is good there, really good. And I don't drink, so, I don't know the tiki drinks, but the rest of it was awesome. Okay. So I need green. I'm just going to get it out of the bottle. Boy, the music is... Oh, it was a new track. New track. Wow, this brush is terrible. Now it's old. But I thought it was... Maybe I can get it to... I must have just poked it into the model too much. So yeah, I put a little bit of gray here that I'm just going to cover up that brown. We'll see how it goes here. It might need to be... Also probably needs to dry a little bit longer. So her belt looks like it's all leather all the way around. And that'll be a leather color that I use, which kind of looks like this brown. I hope not. Don't go horizontal. This is not a good brush. Close that green because I'm done with that for now. Just gonna let that dry and use a better brush when it's all dry. Cool. A little bit more. Oh, I didn't really. Oh no, you can see it's pretty good. I think I need a little bit more on the very edge. Yeesh. Knock her down. Cool. Well, that already looks kind of cool. I definitely want to do a little bit of brushwork to change the highlights of that. Don't want it to be just solid brown. Well, awesome. Thanks for joining me today. Let's see if I can do this. Nope. Hey, elbow. There we go. Nope, didn't do it. Wow. I see I'm not actually in that window. There we go. Cool. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for putting up with the little technical glitches. I probably will do the stream on Tuesday. Nikki does have work to do, and then we'll do a regular game night next week. Game night live stream, which should be fun. We have a lot of games that we played. Just tons. Actually, one of the ones which Chris earlier mentioned on over on YouTube is Down Up, which I want to try. It shouldn't be too crazy hard. I have not even had a chance to look at it. They were selling it at BGG Con and sold a bunch of them. They also sold a ton of, well, not a ton, but probably 20 copies or more of Moon Colony Bloodbath that was on the tables for the nominated games. That game is really good. We had so much fun playing with Aaron. We've played it quite a few times since then. It's a counter nomination. I'm not sure. I don't know what will win. It's Moon Colony Bloodbath. I mean, I never know what will win, but I don't know what I would pick. Moon Colony Bloodbath, Rebirth, which you, not Rebirth. Is it Rebirth? I think it is. Which is the Knizia game. We did it on an episode a while ago that has not come out yet. It will come out soon because it's part of the nominated games. We've already done Moon Colony, so that one we'll have 2 episodes for that one. And that'll be the final week. And then we have 2 episodes for the SDJ, because we've already done Cozy Stickerville. So it'll be Morty Sorty Magic Shop, which is really fun, and Morty Sorty. Oh, Jinxo. That's a fun game too. And then the 3 kids games. One is Boo Party, the Mookie Island, and Verflix Verzauben. I think that's right. And those are all pretty good kids games too. So those will be the first up. We'll probably have, if we get it together next week, there'll be 3 episodes of those going up for the for people to see. So you know all the games that are nominated. Anyway, let me see if there's somebody to raid. I have to make this bigger now because I can't see anything if I don't. It's a very tiny screen, and I've got 2 screens here, but it's not enough. I got the chat in this window, which is not helpful. Music has stopped, which is fine. Nope, it's going. I wish I could get to the directly. Hey, maybe we'll do Bonds. Although she's been streaming the whole. Nope. Yeah, Stream Manager. She's been streaming about the same amount of time as me. Let's see here. Following, hooray! I don't know why that filter goes away sometimes. Bored at Home, we might go there. They are playing Gloomhaven. Wow. Yeah, Bonds has been up 2.5 hours. She's probably done. Defoob, been up an hour, almost 2 hours. So we're gonna go to Bored at Home. They've been up an hour. Say hello for me on, these are folks at Twitch. YouTube, you don't get to, unfortunately, go on over there. But if you want to join in, you can go to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/BoardGameGateTV if you have an account. And click on through the link. But we're going to go there now and see how that goes. They have 14 people. So they're playing it digitally, which is cool. Hey, that's the Call My Mom thing. I am very warm. So there's some weird stuff with this. Oh, there it is. It's if it gets in the bottom corner. So we're gonna start that raid. Thank you everybody for joining me. Thanks for the chatter. You guys have a great weekend, and try to keep cool if it's warm where you're at, and I will hopefully see you on Tuesday. So bye everybody, and take care. Okay, Twitch, YouTube people, thanks so much for being here. You guys have a great one too, and try to keep cool.